At first, everything feels natural. The connection flows. He shows interest. There is warmth, effort, presence. Then something changes. Messages slow. Energy shifts. Closeness fades into distance. This moment creates confusion not because he pulled away, but because you didn't see it coming. Most people assume pulling away means loss of interest. Psychology reveals something more complex. Often, he pulls away not because he doesn't care, but because something inside him becomes activated that he doesn't know how to handle. Pulling away is often a nervous system response. Human behavior is not only emotional, it is biological. When emotional closeness increases, the nervous system decides whether connection feels safe or threatening. For some men, closeness triggers emotional overload, fear of vulnerability, loss of emotional control. Instead of expressing this fear verbally, the body reacts through distance. Silence is not always a decision. Sometimes, it is an automatic response. He pulls away when feelings become real. Men rarely pull away at the beginning. Why? Because early interaction feels light. There is no emotional risk yet. He pulls away after emotional intimacy forms. Vulnerability appears. The bond starts to matter. When something begins to matter, fear becomes possible. Fear of getting hurt, hurting you, losing independence, being emotionally responsible. Distance feels safer than exposure. Why men process emotions internally? Men are often socialized to regulate emotions alone. Instead of talking, they think, withdraw, distract themselves, re-establish control. Silence becomes a way to sort internal conflict. This doesn't mean he doesn't value connection. It means he doesn't yet know how to hold it without feeling overwhelmed. The role of attachment style. Attachment theory explains that early emotional experiences shape how closeness is handled in adulthood. Men with avoidant attachment learned early that emotional needs lead to discomfort. Dependence equals weakness. Distance equals safety. So when intimacy grows, the attachment system deactivates. Pulling away is not rejection. It is self-protection. Why reassurance sometimes pushes him further. When you sense distance, you may try to seek reassurance. Ask for clarity. Increase emotional presence. But for someone overwhelmed by closeness, this feels like pressure. Pressure signals, I'm being emotionally pulled. His system responds by pulling away further. This is not because reassurance is wrong, but because timing matters. He pulls away to feel in control again. Closeness introduces emotional unpredictability. For men who rely on control to feel safe, love destabilizes them. Distance restores emotional balance, mental clarity, sense of self. Pulling away is an attempt to regain footing. Why his withdrawal feels personal, but isn't. It's easy to internalize his distance as, I wasn't enough. I did something wrong. But pulling away often reflects his emotional capacity, not your value. He is responding to his fear, his conditioning, his unprocessed emotions. Not to your worth. The difference between fear and disinterest, fear-based withdrawal, appears after closeness, comes with confusion, not cruelty, is often temporary, followed by return. Disinterest shows early, comes with indifference, repeats without repair, lacks emotional depth. Patterns matter more than moments. Why chasing makes it worse? When someone pulls away due to fear, chasing confirms the fear. It tells his nervous system, closeness equals pressure. Calm distance communicates safety. It says, I'm emotionally stable. I don't need to force connection. I respect myself. This often allows fear to settle naturally. What actually makes him come back? He comes back when emotional intensity lowers. He feels choice instead of obligation. The bond feels safe again. Distance gives him space to miss, not panic. When pulling away becomes a red flag. Pulling away becomes unhealthy when it is repetitive. Used to avoid accountability. Emotionally destabilizing. Unwilling to grow or communicate. Understanding psychology does not mean tolerating harm. What healthy love looks like. Healthy love includes emotional presence, repair after distance, willingness to grow, consistency over time. Love does not require you to shrink. Final truth, why he pulls away. He pulls away not because you asked for too much, but because closeness touched something unresolved. Fear hides behind silence. Distance hides behind confusion. And clarity begins when you stop blaming yourself and start observing patterns instead. Final message. Someone else's fear does not define your worth. Your value remains, whether they stay or leave. Choose clarity. Choose emotional grounding. Choose yourself.